What's up, guys? We are back for another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review from Hasbro. Taking a look today at the first Dino Charge or Kyoryuger Rangers from the line. We've got Dino Charge Red here. This guy comes in the standard but amazing and very nice packaging for the line. You've got the Ranger there in the window. We've got that wraparound artwork of the Dino Charge Red Ranger, along with a logo down on the bottom. And then the back of the package has a shot of the Ranger in action with the lightning bolt, and then more of that red armor that wraps around from the front. So let's do it. Let's pull this guy out and take a look. And here he is out of the package, our Dino Charge Red Ranger. This is one that I'm not really surprised we're seeing so soon because this is a recent season of Power Rangers. But while I haven't seen this particular show, this version of the Sentai, Kyoryuger, is what got me back into Super Sentai after a short break. So I'm really happy to have gotten this figure in this line. I am very much a fan of the figure arts counterparts of this particular season. Those are some that are always on display. They've been on display for years in my collection. So I'm really happy to stack these two up against each other. And so far, I'm pretty happy with this guy. I think Hasbro's done a pretty good job on this particular figure. So we're going to run through Articulation first, as usual. See what this guy can do. It's pretty par for the course as far as what we've seen so far. So the head can go backwards. He can go down pretty far. There's a lot of good movement there. Rotate side to side. Arms go out. They rotate. Butterfly joint. Bicep swivel. You've got double jointed elbows. You've got hinges and wrist rotation. We've got the upper diaphragm, so he can go really far over, sideways, back and forth. You will get some gappage in there, but look at all that movement. And then he does have the crunch as well. So there's a wide range of movement there. Legs go out, forward, backwards. You've got a thigh cut, double jointed knees. We've got the boot cut, we've got rocker, and then we've got hinges. So again, like I said, par for the course for this particular line. But these figures have everything I really want them to have. When Marvel Legends finally gives us new bucks, I guess across the line, it's obvious that Hasbro is testing the waters with this because these are a cut above what, basically every other line that they make. So this is a great articulation scheme. These guys move around pretty flawlessly. There's a lot of potential here. As far as the overall look and feel on this particular figure, I'm really happy. I have only one noticeable kind of paint flub to talk about. I've got a little bit of what looks like silver down here on his right knee, and I can get that off with a little, nail polish remover or acetone or something like that. It'll come right off. Otherwise, I think he looks pretty solid. My only real maybe technical gripe is that I think maybe, at least just from my memory and then from comparing with the figure arts, is that the arms maybe are a little too dark red, but it's not a huge thing for me. The rest of the figure I think looks really good. And as someone who very much loves the figure arts counterparts for this line, for this season of Rangers for Sentai, if you had no interest in paying that price, or if you just didn't want to go down that road because the Sentai figure arts line is dead, this makes them pretty much, unnecessary for folks who wanted to jump into that. Just get these instead because they do so much right and they look so good compared to anything we've ever gotten. I've said it a few times already, anything we've ever gotten from Bandai. So Hasbro really has killed it with the overall sculpt and design. I think the paint details on this particular figure are a little nicer than, say, on my Shadow Ranger that I recently looked at. That one seems to be a little hit or miss. This guy's pretty clean, though. You've got nice paintwork on the stripes that run down the back, the silver, the dino teeth that runs across the chest, the actual Tyranno emblem that's on the chest there looks really good. The silver paint for the hand guards and the wrist cuffs and the boot cuffs. The majority of the figure from the waist down is just cast plastic, but it works pretty well. Same with the arms, and then a lot of the chest is as well. But the design is really nicely done. He fits really well with the other Rangers and just has a great design about him that comes across really well in figure form. And then, of course, you've got the little armor piece that sits on the shoulder there, which is pretty nicely done. Nice kind of metallic, chromy, almost silver paint. It really shines in the light with that little stripe of red. So it's a good design as far as Ranger suits go in first place. This is among one of my favorite seasons for the suit designs and the armor, but it works really well here as a toy. The helmet sculpt is another great detail as well, because this is one of those where, it's supposed to mimic his kind of Zord or his mech. And of course, this guy uses a big T-Rex, and you've got this nice large red helmet with the green eyes there on the side. You've got the yellow and the black for the mouth and the teeth. And then of course, you've got his actual mouth guard, which has the silver there. I do have a little bit of maybe some bleeding on there, but it's not too bad. I just like this helmet design, and it works very, very well here. You know, a lot of older Power Ranger fans that maybe didn't follow the show, maybe won't know who this is or what this character is, but you know, you can't deny a cool suit's a cool suit, and this one really comes across as just that. It's a cool suit that very much evokes a Power Ranger look and feel, and this guy kind of goes back to original Power Rangers, because this season's all dino themed, and that comes across really well in the head sculpt, in the helmet sculpt rather, and it's just a good quality design that comes across really well with some pretty decent paint work through and through. Now, as far as accessories goes, just like with the other figures in this line so far, our Dino Charge Red comes fully loaded, and of course we get an unhelmeted head, so this is a pretty good representation of our actor underneath, and it's got the photoreal tech. You've got nice paint applications here. Hair's nicely sculpted as well. I don't have any real complaints. When it comes to these figures, I find myself very much not going to be using these head sculpts, at least for display. But it's hard to deny that this is not something that I have wanted for a very long time, just to be able to change things up, just to be able to take pictures of, because the Rangers are very much ones that are not always helmeted. They take their helmets off a lot and show their heads in the show in one way or another. So it's cool that they're giving them to us, not to mention the fact that we do get a pretty stellar sculpt that is accentuated by the photoreal tech. So that's another key benefit to this line. We do have some extra hands. So we've got a fist right hand, and we have got a kind of karate chop left hand. So you've got 2 extra hands, so a total of 4 hands. We have got his gun, and these are the morphers in the show as well. So he's got his gun. It is missing some paint apps. There should be a lot more paint on this thing, but I can understand why there isn't, being a $20 figure from Hasbro. So it's sculpted well enough. There is a lot of detail there. A lot of it's just kind of lost in that sea of yellow. And then the last thing we get is his sword with a removable energy effect. And this is similar to what we've seen with Legends in some ways, with these kind of gummy style energy effects, but this is a little more rigid than normal. It still is very pliable and moves, but it very much does keep its shape a lot better. And then you've got his sword underneath there with the yellow blade and the silver hilt with the black handle. So I really like this. I'm really, really happy that they're giving us not only heads, not only extra hands, but they're giving us all these weapons with energy effects. You know, you've got a lot of options, and they're all pretty well executed. This thing right here is definitely going to be my go-to when it comes to what I want to display Dino Charge Red with. And of course, I have to do a comparison between the Lightning Collection and the figure arts. So I've mentioned it a few times, we kind of have to. So we've got our figure arts here on the right. And I should mention, of course, this guy has been changed up a little bit. I don't know where his box is right now to go through and reset him to normal. So all of the Kyoryugers come with pieces to give them their kind of armored up, their kind of super versions. So that's what we've got here. But you can see that they are still very aesthetically similar. You can see, of course, that this guy is kind of a happy medium between the ultra beefed up Americanized figures we've been getting from Bandai for years and the more slender suit actor screen accurate style figure arts figures that we've gotten. So, you know, this guy is never going to be replaced for me because I have a very nice full contained set with this stuff. But this is an amazing figure by comparison for sure. Again, if I didn't have the figure arts, I would have no reason to want to go after it, really. I think that Hasbro is giving us exactly what we've wanted as American consumers for a very long time without having to go the figure arts route. So there you go, we've got another winner when it comes to the Lightning Collection. So at this point, I'm 3 for 3 in terms of the Rangers they have released. I am very happy with this line. There is no other way to describe it. I think Hasbro is coming out of the gate very, very strong here. They've picked a pretty interesting array of Rangers to use as their kind of test subjects for Wave 1, and I think it's working. I'm really happy with everything we've gotten so far, and I'm very happy with this figure as well on its own. It comes with a great deal of accessories. It comes with a great sculpt, great paint applications, great extra head
for that photorealtech suit actor head, and I just think it's a fantastic figure. Like I've said in the comparison, there is really no reason to go all out and get those older figure arts unless you really, really want them. If you just want highly posable, really nice Power Ranger figures, you are in the right place now. It's just a matter of time until we get full teams, and Hasbro has kind of loaded the market with new and improved stuff. So I would definitely urge everyone who's even remotely interested to get in on the ground floor with these, because they're definitely something to look at. So that's going to do it for this look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Charge Red Ranger. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.